Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I will be taking you through all the steps to make a custom pheasant coop. My cousin decided to get some pheasants, and yes, he did go through all the legal permitting and he has everything to be legally allowed to own these pheasants, so don't be coming at me in the comments saying this is illegal. We're doing it the right way. But I'll be taking you through all the steps and then listing the prices of everything we buy up here, like in this corner. And anything that isn't listed with a price means that we already had that, and so we're able to use it free of cost. And so yeah, let's get right into it. So this is the frame so far. We're wanting to extend it back towards that wall to give them more space. So we're wanting to extend it that way by 3 feet. But first, these rocks have got to go, because these rocks are preventing us from planting any bushes or any grass. And plus, the pheasants, the rocks will be hard on their feet. So these rocks have got to go first, and then we're going to extend it back towards that wall. So making a video? Oh yeah. For YouTube. Hopefully the video will pay for it. Oh, move that. As you can see, we just took this topsoil from the front yard, so it didn't cost any money. So we were able to take out all the rocks and replace it with this dirt and get it pretty level. That's what this piece of wood was here for. I put it in the ground to give me a reference to make everything level. So now I just need to put some grass seed on it, so some grass will start growing in. And then we should be good to extend the coop. Using this quick grass seed. So we went to the store and bought the supplies. Now we're cutting all the PVC to length, and then we're gonna stick it on the back of the coop. So now what we're gonna do is we can slip this PVC onto the end here, and then we can slip the other side into the PVC and it'll extend it a little bit. So yeah, we're gonna do that now. So as you can see, we're able to just extend it, get it together with duct tape, put the pins in there, and on this end, got some more duct tape. So now it's twice the size, right? Pretty much twice the size?
Yep.
Pretty sweet. Now we're gonna spray paint it. Now we're putting this green chicken wire over the whole front half of the coop, and we're just using zip ties to get it on there. And since the chicken wire doesn't reach all the way around to the back, I'm just putting this wire to put some tension in it so it doesn't sag down in the middle. And now we are taking this net and stretching it over the back half. So the front half is gonna have wire, and the back half is gonna overlap with the net. And now I'm just putting on the tarp as the roof. So most of the wiring is done. We got this green chicken wire on the front half, and then we overlapped this net. It's just a net for a batting cage, actually. We overlapped it to the back half. So the chicken wire ends right here, and then it's just this net on the back half. Put the tarp on the top, and I forgot to film this, but we just used some 2x4s, or yeah, 2x4s to build this little perch, and got this perch off of Amazon. So now we're just cutting off the excess net on the bottom, get rid of this, and then for the most part, it will be done. Now, a problem we're having is there's a small gap between the bottom of the frame and the ground. What we should have done is just bury the frame so that wouldn't happen, but hindsight is 2020. So we're just putting this weed barrier up against the side of the frame, and then we're building up the dirt around it so there isn't a gap between the bottom of the frame and the ground. That way predators won't be able to dig in and the birds won't be able to dig out. So we'll see how this works. So this is the door. We started using zip ties, and then we ended up wrapping this wire around it so it goes around and around. That way we can go through each link and make sure there's no gaps for them to get out. So we're gonna do that on the other side. So we planted these little grass bundles. We just dug them up from over there. And then we also got these tall grass plants, so hopefully they'll have a good place to hide down in here. So yeah, it's looking good, and the door was put on. On this side, we're trying a different method. Instead of using the weed barrier like we did over there, we're just putting rocks underneath the frame, and then we're gonna just put some dirt over it. Again, just so nothing can dig under. So we're piling the dirt up along here to build the ground kind of over the frame. So you can go ahead. So we built up around the edges, and we'll see which method works best. And I also took apart this stupid perch thing because it was hideous. We're at Lowe's getting 2x4s and plywood to build the house. So I'm gonna measure up these 2x4s and then cut them with the miter saw. I need my phone to see the measurement, so I won't film that part, but I will film the cutting. So I started off using screws and then decided they were too much work. So I figured if nails are good enough to build houses, they're good enough for me to build a pheasant coop. So I switched to nails. Okay, so finished with this is just gonna be the stand to keep their box off of the ground. So yeah, looking pretty good so far. And now I'm just using this Sawzall to cut the pieces of plywood that will become the front, back, and roof. So we're hammering this stud to the wall to put the wall up, and I smashed my hand. Can't even see it. Oh yeah. Pretty fun. So don't be an idiot like me. First wall has been attached. Okay, we got 2 walls up. We're just gonna smack the sides on right there. So we run into a little problem. This 2x4 is sticking out way too far to put the side on flush. So we're gonna sand it down and then try again. Okay, got all the walls on and put the roof on just to see how it looks. Gotta say, it's looking pretty good. Pretty sweet. So we're adding this 2x4 across the back just to give us a nice lip to press the roof against, since we're going to be locking the roof down. Give us some nice space to work with. The roof is a little bit too short, so we just have to add this extension piece right here. And we just won't be able to open this part, and then we'll be opening that part of the roof. When we line the top of the roof up how it's supposed to be, there's a gap in between the open panel and this panel that's just staying here. So what we're gonna do is sand down here until it's a flush fit. So yeah, we're gonna start with that. Okay, now we're attaching this piece of wood across the front end of it so we can attach the roof and get rid of this bow in the wall. We're gonna do that. And now we'll be attaching the hinges to the back of the roof so we can open it, and then a locking latch to the front side of it. We got the roof on, we have the problem of these screws sticking through, and I tried to file them down, but it is just too much of a pain. So I'm just going to take these pieces of wood and drill the holes in them. I'm just going to put them over top of it, so yeah, that will guard them. And I'm gonna glue them on and then just paint over them. Now I'm drilling a hole in the base of the box to stake it to the ground. And this was quite difficult because the top of the box, the green part, was blocking me from hammering it in. So since I had to sit there and struggle, you get to watch the whole thing. Oh, this is tricky. Should have time-lapsed this. Yeah. Cut this piece of wood, cut a notch in it. And this is gonna be the ramp. So now all we have to do is cut a hole in the net and find a way to attach it to the box so they can't slip out. Then we'll be good. So it's been a while since we finished the box. We moved it over here and grass has started growing pretty nicely. So we're about to staple the chicken wire to the door and then we'll cut out a hole in the door. Ooh. Looks good to me. Now he's cutting the net. So after a month of working, we finally finished it. Here's gonna be the box that's gonna serve as just an indoor shelter for them to get away from the rain or the heat or whatever they need. And then this is a box that we're gonna put them in while they're young and need to be taken care of more actively. And then we'll move it here. This maybe we'll make another video about later. But come here, we just finished putting in this top wiring and I'll open it and there's a ramp to get into the indoor section and then they have all this outdoor space with the tall grass to hide in over there and the perch we got off Amazon. So, and just to be clear, this indoor section is only because pheasants are outdoor birds and they don't really need to spend much time indoors. This is just temporary for if they need to get away from the rain. So this would not suffice if you have chickens or anything else. This only works for pheasants. They're gonna spend most of their time outdoors. So yeah, pretty cool. And we just changed the plan. It's now gonna be a cat pen. Overall, this cost $208.50 to make, and it took us 25 days of work. So there you go. That was all the steps to make our custom pheasant coop for just over $200. And I will be making a part 2 when we actually get the pheasants. It'll be in about 2 months. So stick around for that if you want to see what they actually look like as chicks and see them in the coop. But other than that, yeah. It's cat approved. Are you sad that you're stuck? Are you sad? Oh. What do you think, Ozzy? They say if your dog flinches when you pretend to hit them, it means you are actually an abuser. You know you're not hurt. You know you're not gonna get hurt. The whole point of this is to keep this one out. So hopefully it fulfills that purpose. Those are pheasant killers right there.